Hi! Here we are, still at the RV park. It has been several days and probably will have 2 or 3 more. It's fine, we are comfortable here. And we do have all this grass just for us, because since we don't need hookups, we got to park. Let me show you. We are parked right by the trellis with a nice ivy, and that connects to all these nice park that nobody uses. So we have a gigantic garden just for us. And today I am bringing you something different, just because I feel like after so many years of working for YouTube, and which allowed me to form this family we are, because that is how I feel about many of you. I have made great friends through YouTube, and I feel the responsibility of taking care of many people, because that is what I do, but also open some gates, you know, so if something similar happens to anybody else, it's not going to surprise you, and you are going to be better prepared to take care of that. Many years ago, I was in Minnesota, and I noticed that I had a little, like a little mole, but it was raised and almost transparent. It looked almost like a blister, but in a few days it grew. And I thought, this is not okay. So I went to my primary care doctor, and I said, you know what, I think this is a BCC. BCC is a basal cell carcinoma. So it's a form of a skin cancer, but it's quite simple, and it doesn't metastasize throughout your body. It is not dangerous. It is just not that complicated. So my doctor says, do you think so? I suppose I surprised her, because usually patients go for answers. They don't give the answers to doctors, but I have studied, I have had experience, I kind of know my thing. So I don't have a title as a doctor, but I know a lot about myself, and I am my best doctor. So she sent me to a dermatologist, and when I went to see the dermatologist, the skin doctor, he looked at the thing with one of those magnifying lights that actually project light into the growth. And if they see a lot of veins inside of that, they are sure it is a BCC, a basal cell carcinoma. So he put the light on the thing, he looked at it. He had a student with him. He was a very old guy, probably in his 70s. And I say a very old, not because people on their 70s are very old. That is not what I mean. For a doctor, I think that is old. Why didn't he retire when he was in his 50s to enjoy life? Whatever. I hated that doctor. I hate it. That is exactly what doctors are not supposed to be, or the things they do. So he put a hand on my shoulder, and he said, "Yeah, I am sorry, you have cancer." And I hated him. I deeply hated him. The word hate is not a word I use lightly. Many people say, oh, I hate strawberry ice cream. I don't use that word. I dislike it, I cannot stand it. There's so many other ways of saying it. I try not to use the word hate because I feel it is bad for me to use it. So I hated that doctor because I know what a BCC is, and I know they are not dangerous. I mean, there is some small margin of danger if you let it be for years and you don't do anything. It will grow in because they grow roots. It's a funny thing, but other types of cancer, they break up and they send cells all over the body. They metastasize. A BCC grows roots. Okay. I'm sorry you have cancer. If I had been one person that didn't understand what a BCC is, I would have fallen into a horrible depression. I would have gone home and cried my eyes out and called my friends and say, I am calling you because I don't have much to live. I don't know, something like that. I met a lady who had several BCCs, and she told me I am a cancer survivor, and I don't accept that. You can take it for what it is for you, but for me, I am not a cancer survivor because I had a BCC. That doesn't make any sense. A cancer survivor is that brave woman that has breast cancer, ovarian cancer. Those are serious things, and it's not the same thing, not even remotely close to that. That is why I hated that doctor. A doctor like that. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. Hola, mi amor. Hola, mi amor. A doctor like that, what is it? What is it? What is it? I don't have food. I don't have anything for you. So let me talk with them for a little bit, and then I go and play with you. Do you want to play ball? Vamos a jugar la pelota. Vamos a jugar la pelota, ¿querés? So what happened next was they worked internally in the hospital because the best procedure to get rid of a BCC is Mohs surgery. Mohs surgery was invented by a surgeon from Wisconsin several years ago, and it is so fantastic what it does. They just remove a part of the thing and they map where the parts that they excised was, and they send it to the lab in real time. So you stay there, you sit there, and you wait, and the lab says all the roots are whole and they came out in one piece, or some of the roots are broken, so there is still something there. In that case, they have to keep going and excise more flesh. And only when the lab confirms that everything is clean, then they can stop removing flesh. I had that happen to me, and it was so fast. That thing grew so fast. So since it was small, they removed just a cone, a part of it, but the lab came saying, yeah, no, you have to remove more. So they kept on removing flesh, and I ended up with a quarter-size hole in my face, kind of deep. So then I had to go to see the plastic surgeon, who gave me the possibilities. The first possibility they give you is granulation, which means do nothing, and the whole place, Lua, you're so annoying. On the table, of course, because I want to be the star of the show. I am the star of the show. Yes, yes, yes. Can you please get off the table, please? Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you. I love you. So granulation is a possibility, so they just let it be, and the thing, your wound starts creating skin, and it starts creating a scar, and usually you end up with a I love you so much. In spite of the fact that it's going to be all wrinkled and whole and weird. So granulation, they do nothing. They just put some bandages on you, and you just wait for it to close on its own. Which I guess it works if it is, I don't know, in an area where you don't need. The other possibility was to have reconstructive surgery, and of course I chose that because it's your face. And I am sure you never suspected that happened to me. So I'm going to show you a photo of my scar, because I do have it, but luckily it is not very visible. And of course, if I apply makeup, you will never see it. But it is amazing what plastic surgeons can do. I remember he made me frown all the way to see where my lines were, so he could cut along one of the wrinkles, and so it wouldn't be so noticeable. The only thing that I notice is that this eye is less wrinkled than this one, because this one is stretched. It's just a stupid thing. And but I did get angry with that doctor too, because after the surgery, which was a general anesthesia, and it lasted 2 or 3 hours, I guess. After that afternoon, they sent me home with a bottle with 50 OxyContins. And I know what OxyContin is and what it does for you, or to you. So the first night it was a lot of pain, so I took one. The following day I was still in a lot of pain. I took another one. And then I started taking ibuprofen, and I think I only took 3 in total, because I was really scared of that bottle I had. So, of course, I disposed with all of them. And when I went back to see the doctor to remove the stitches, I told him, you shouldn't be sending people with 50 OxyContins, because you know you're creating a problem with addiction. And he says, and you shouldn't be telling me what to do. That was one of the many doctors that have created the drug problems we have around us. They just give you OxyContin, and if you get hooked, that's it. You get hooked, and you need drugs for the rest of your life. It's a very, very delicate subject. It's a horrible thing. So I am very grateful. The surgeon was excellent, and I only have a teeny little scar that nobody ever notices, in spite of the fact that I don't cover it with makeup. I don't have makeup. I do feel a little sensation when I touch all this area, because all of this area was hurt, and it was a big procedure, and but it was fine. So if you ever, the problem is, when I was a teenager, I really wanted to be golden tanned. So I would go to the beach and I would spend my whole day there without solar sun protection, of course, because we didn't know about those things in those years. And we would try, as teenagers, we would try everything. Coca-Cola, they told us Coca-Cola gets you a beautiful tan, so we would bathe in Coca-Cola. Carrot juice, whatever, we tried it all, and we fried ourselves in the sun without knowing how dangerous it is. Luckily, I only had one BCC, which, as I tell you, it shouldn't be considered cancer. It is, but it shouldn't be considered cancer. Or the doctor that tells you, yes, you do have a BCC, please know it is not going to metastasize. As soon as we remove it, it's gone, as if never happened. So please, if you ever have a BCC, if you see any growth, go to the doctor immediately so they can take it out, take it off quickly, because you don't want that thing to grow. Think of this, I saw it, and in a few days it grew, and a few days after I had my appointment with my doctor, and a few days after that I had the dermatologist, and a few days after that I had the Mohs surgery. And it had deep roots in just a few days, probably 2 months in total. It grew very long roots. So don't be scared of a BCC. The things doctors can do these days, like those reconstructive surgeries, is amazing. And do not believe what one doctor says. Someone that says, I'm sorry, you have cancer. Oh my gosh, I could have jumped off of a building. Luckily, I knew what a BCC was. I was not scared. I controlled the whole situation. I took care of it. And I am very happy telling you about that lots of years after the fact. So that is one of the many stories I have lived in my life. So thank you very much for being here. Please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with someone that may be having a BCC and may be scared to death. Oh my gosh, nothing to be afraid of. Doctors are excellent, and now you know the proper treatment for a BCC is Mohs surgery and reconstructive surgery, which is fantastic. Thank you very much. Take care. Bye-bye.